Hello my friends, this is B1 from Dead Gaming, and right now we are playing a bit of State of Decay. I've heard a lot of people get confused on how you actually gain various, I'd say, resources, minerals, things that you use to build in this game. So the first one we're going to touch on is influence. Now in the top left hand corner you will see influence on my screen. It says 3. Influence is basically how much influence that one character has on the group. So if you earn 50 influence from doing one mission and then switch to another character, that other character will not have the same influence as, say, Marcus. So like, if you do all the missions that begin in the game with just Marcus and then you switch out to, say, Ed won't have the same influence on the group as Marcus has. So that's the initial, so that's how you gain influence. So to use influence, you basically can use it in various different ways. Now, spoiler alert, I am actually about 4 or 5 hours into the game so far. I've just been doing side missions mostly, but I will show you how it works. As you can see, this is the map with all outposts and other various places. So you use your influence to build things, you use it to activate abilities and other various things. Say, I am currently playing as one of the survivors I rescued, and she has 3 influence. Not that much, unfortunately, but that's how it goes. But you can use this influence to use special abilities to call things in. Say it's 10 influence to call for scavengers, 50 to establish an outpost, and as you can see, all these various different abilities. So what we're going to do now, I hope that explains influence for you guys, but hopefully I will be able to show you a little bit more as we play and as I show you how to get other items. So other items, it's food, medicine, ammo, building resources, and the last one is, if I can find out, and fuel. So what you've got to do basically is find these various items. So if you look on your map, if you look closely, you will see things like houses. Houses are just in general, offices, various other places of interest. So each one is different. So if you want, say, building materials, the best place to go would probably be to a construction site. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a block down on that construction site. We're going to jump into one of my many smashed up cars. We'll take the least smashed up. I do believe this one's been repaired. But it was until that zombie started beating on the back of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. We're going to probably take out a couple of hordes just to increase our influence. Because the more influence you have, you can then call in scavengers who can actually carry various things back for you when you find these deposits. Get off the back of the car. Let me kill that one. So we've just killed 2 zombie hordes, which, you know, will get us a bit more influence. It'll help us out a little bit when we need to call in scavengers. So we're going to carry on up this road until we get to the construction site, which is a half-built house. So if we're going to pull in here, get out, and what we're going to do is we're going to, I was hoping we'd be able to do this sneaky, but that zombie nurse spotted us. So let's kill her. So when you go into various places such as this, when you search, you just hold Y and speed them up. So sometimes you will find these materials resource, commercial construction materials. With food you'll find common foodstuffs and various other things. You can either break them open, which will split them into individual things, or you can load rucksack. If I hold A, I will then get a huge rucksack on my back. Now, even though this looks pretty cool, it also makes you movement a lot louder, and it makes you a bigger target to be seen. So unfortunately, when you are transporting materials, you become a huge target. But what you do is you get out Get the hell out of Dodge. You can take a car, or you can run or walk back, or sneak back. I'm going to take a car for the sake of this guide. So hopefully we'll lose this zombie on our tail, or he can come with us, one or the other.
How's it going?
So then you go back to your main base area. You get out of your vehicle, and basically you go to where your weapon stash and thingy and stuff is. So there we go, supply run. So I've just gained 15 building materials. Everybody has got 5+ happiness, and I've got a little bit more influence. So I've got 28 influence now, which again will help in the future. So I'll show you just one more time, guys. But this time we will do it with a food store. So there's a warehouse there. So what we'll do is we'll do a U-turn. We'll drive over to this warehouse, and I will show you, if I can, I will show you how influence works a little bit more. So I'm going to run in here, and we're going to search the shelves. We'll search wherever we can. That's if there's anywhere to search. Okay, I don't think there is. So let's try the Super Duper Mart over there. The utterly delicious place. Do you get it? Utterly delicious? Uda? Cow? Okay, so what you do is you search an area. Just going to quick search for the sake. So right now we have 2 food resources. So obviously you can only carry 1 food resource. So if you click load rucksack, you will load your rucksack. If you click check again, you will bring it back up, and the other one will be there. So what you do is you tap Y to radio home, and you use 10 influence to call for call for scavengers.
Send runners for pickup.
So
And send them your way.
a runner from your base, who in this case is Marcus, which is this green dot here, will run up to where you are and will basically put a big bag on his back, very much like you have here. If you go into these little menus and do it like that, Marcus will actually just go for that one particular item. If you call him into a building without clicking on without actually being on a certain item, he will check the whole building. So there's various advantages and disadvantages. If you tell him to pick something specific up, something particular, he will. Well, characters will go and pick that one item up. If you tell them to search a building, they will spend longer searching the building, but they might come back with something that you missed. So it also depends on if you're just going to scout an area really quickly, or if you want to thoroughly check every single building for every single part. So as we're running back home, back to the home base, as you can see, Marcus is just there. He's going to run back to where we just were to pick up some more food stores. So obviously you go to different places depending on what you want. If you go to a garage, you'll find fuel. If you go to a food market, you'll go and find food. If you go to a restaurant, you'll find food. If you go to a construction site, you'll find building materials. So it's all varying depending on what you want. You go to different places, and depending on where your home base is, some of these places might be easier to get to than others. I hope this guide helps you guys, because I do know that there's been quite a lot of people having trouble with the influence, how influence works, and how to actually scavenge other various items. But I hope this helps you guys, and remember to like and subscribe. This is B1 signing out.